Hi, I'm Adele,
I'm Heather.
and today we're going to talk about what is keto, and we're going to explain a little bit about macros as well. So, the ketogenic diet is low carb, high fat. A lot of us in the keto community don't like calling it a diet, but it's a diet that we've adopted. It's just a way of eating.
As they say, it is lifestyle choice.
Yes, right.
I just put that in parentheses because people are like, yeah, whatever.
But it's something that we've adopted and we've gained a lot of benefits from. So, keto is short for ketogenic, like I explained a little bit earlier, and it is, like a higher fat and moderate protein, very low carb. So carbohydrates come from many, many things. They will come from sugars. They will come from bread products, rice, stuff like that. So when we say 20, usually we try to stick to under 20 grams of carbs. They're not talking about those type of carbs. What they're talking about is there are
Vegetable carbs.
right, there's carbs in vegetables, but they're like a fiber. So they'll be like carbs from fibers. So what you'll see is on the back of a lot of packages, they will sneak sugar into your stuff all the time. Even though it says no sugar, it might be high carb because they put something else in it.
Carbs eventually turn into sugar.
Yep, they're kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
So your main sources of food on this diet are going to be meats. The higher fat content of the meat, the better. So the cheap hamburger is the best on this diet. And I always kind of liked vegetables, but there is a list out there. I don't know how to put it into the comments or below, but I'll try to put it in the description when I do this later. So that's kind of what it is basically an example that we would do, that we tried the other day, which was really good, is fried cabbage, fried in bacon grease with bacon in it. And then we'll do eggs in there. We'll do avocado in there. Avocado is a really good source of fat.
It's actually really good. I call it like a hot salad where just I put cabbage, bacon, and I don't remember if I put mushrooms in there or not.
But you put
but
cheese, cheese
yeah,
and
I
mushrooms.
had mozzarella cheese and I put it on the top of it and I just called it my hot salad. Like, I mean, I went and bought it like at like a Chinese restaurant before, but I mean, unfortunately, they put like the teriyaki sauce in there, which you want to stay away from a lot of the sauces because they have hidden carbs or carbs out in the open.
Yep.
But yeah, it was really good.
So when I first started ketogenic, I went through my cupboards and I threw away all the noodles, all the bread, flour. Yeah, because flour obviously is a bread product. Sugar, syrups, ketchup, just pretty much everything. So basically, once I found out that I could cook with real butter and lard, I started just cooking meat and making sure there was some type of fat with it, and that the fat overwent the meat product or whatever. So I guess I just wanted to give a couple snacks that we usually do. Normally we have summer sausage and usually a block of sharp cheddar cheese. That is like, and an avocado. That is like our go-to when we go to work. That's what we're having. And I happen to like mustard with mine. And mustard's on the keto list. So, but I'll have mustard and I'll dip it in there.
Yeah, or I like boil eggs the day before or a couple hours before, and I kind of switch it up a little bit, but usually it's like the summer sausage and a couple pieces from the block cheese or whatever, and that's like I don't know, lunch sometimes.
Yep.
Or that could be my dinner because I mean getting home at like 9 or 10 o'clock at night, I don't I'm a little lazy. Not lazy, but lazy, get home.
And just so you know, we're doing this because our only free time is in the middle of the night. So our last videos were very fresh. We were very first doing it, and it's more about our journeys. But this one we want to be a little more informational, but kind of anecdote. So definitely check out our other videos. Mind you, they are our first ones, so we call them bloopers. But there's some really good stuff in there.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, do you want to go first with how much you've lost, or your starting weight, how much you've lost, and since?
Well, I told you guys previously my starting weight. Still kind of embarrassed having whoever see this, but so far since March 5th, March 8th, I think at the beginning of this year, I've lost 27 pounds.
Yay, it's bigger than I thought.
It would be more, but like I said, I'm a very big emotional eater. I get tempted. My willpower is not as high as Adele's because she's got awesome willpower. But it's slow. It's going slow. It's going though. And when I have my mishaps, I jump right back on the next day. And if I have a mishap that day, which I try not to, I just continue fresh the next day. I can't hold it over my head or anything because that's just gonna it's just gonna be my demise then if I hold it over my head.
So 27 pounds since March. That's not bad at all.
No, and that's averaging like almost. I mean, the first 2 months it was like 2 to 3 pounds a week. Which at first, you think you're like, why didn't I lose 20 pounds this week? But it's really good. They say like the average is about 3 pounds a week. So and I was doing that, but then I just kind of started screwing around a little bit there. But I'm getting back on. I'm doing better. And yeah.
Okay. Yay. But yay, 27 pounds. So my starting weight was 305. And I started March 1st, 2018. And yay. And I have lost 63 pounds as of last week. And I think it only slowed down. It would have probably been more than that, but it slowed down a little bit because I went to New York and I couldn't not eat the pizza. So, but I still lost 5 pounds that week. Like, I ate pizza, I had horchata.
No, we're not supposed to deter them from keto.
But what happened is once you get into ketosis, which is a process where, so I guess I could go into that. So keto, what it's supposed to be doing is it needs about 2 weeks to a month or so to no sugars, no bread, no carbs.
rice.
You need to basically deprive your body of the sugar and the whatever it is for at least 2 weeks. Alcohol too, by the way. Sorry, but it needs to be it needs to be deprived of that, and your body will be like, okay, what do I have to run energy on? What am I gonna do now? But you're eating keto, so you're eating a moderate protein and giving it a nice, healthy fat. And it's going to be like, okay, well, I can use fat. And then, so it switches over. And that's where you'll get a keto flu, which we'll talk about in the next video.
It's almost like say, a drug addict or alcohol, person, alcoholic. They stop.
You go through sugar withdrawals.
You go through withdrawals, and it's a sugar withdrawal.
But we'll give you tips on how to overcome it without having to suffer. Because at the beginning, I didn't know what I was doing. And then I would go out there and research, and there was nobody was like helping. So
mine wasn't too bad though.
No, mine was bad. But, so,
Sorry.
That's okay. So it starts converting your fat cells around your, like Dr. Ken Berry says, around your booty and your belly. What it'll do is it starts filling those, replacing those with water, and then you get a whoosh effect, and then all of a sudden you'll be like...
That's why people are like, well, why am I not losing weight why am I losing sizes? And that's what we thought in the beginning too.
Yeah,
remember?
I guess I should tell you, I started out at a size 22. I'm down to 18, size 18s, and they're starting to get baggy. So
Yeah. I've seen a lot of people like, oh, well, I haven't really lost weight, but my clothes are fitting. Why? And, you know, I looked up a lot of stuff on this too, and they're like, the fat gets replaced with water, and then when your body's like, hey, we need to release all this water, that's your big whoosh where you're releasing some water, and, you know, that's where...
it's really weird to say, but you won't lose weight, but you'll see inches, like my face. If you look at, I do have progress photos that if this channel gets popular, I will show them. And dude, 305 pounds, man, and now I'm down to 242. So, but you'll notice, I notice cuts. All of a sudden, you'll see your legs more defined, and yeah, stuff like that. But that's, you know, that's basically what the keto is: high fat, low carb. And your doctor may be like,
what the hell are you doing?
I don't know about that. So, but
show them.
Show them. My labs have got cut in half. My triglycerides, everything. Like at first, she's like, before I started, we have little kids, so you'll have to mind. I started out, and she's like, I'm really worried about it. We gotta watch it. You're getting pre-diabetic. And then all of a sudden, I came back with the next labs after I started the ketogenic diet, and she's like, I don't know what you're doing, but keep doing it. So I also have PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome, and it can be very painful at times, and I have irregular periods and things like that. I've started consistently getting periods, and they have not been anywhere to what it was before. So I think, you know, the benefits, weight loss, as well as all the other benefits, just start it. Just go in there one day and just decide to eat real meat, fried in butter, you know, with onions and broccoli and whatever else. And whatever your craving is, whatever your little, like she's a sweet tooth person. So whatever your thing is, mine was mashed potatoes. Go out and search keto, whatever it is. Pinterest, I guess, has the best recipes. So, but look for it, like faux whatever. I would stay away from the faux breads, though.
Just don't even mess with bread.
Yeah, don't mess with like the almond flours. And
don't even mess with those until like you're a couple
way in
months into
ketosis,
it, you know?
Yeah. And even then, they don't, you know, whatever. But cauliflower mash is really popular, and there's a reason, because it tastes just like, to me, it tastes like potatoes. We're working on
You can keep it simple. I mean,
yeah.
I keep it simple. I always have bacon in my fridge.
Yep.
I mean,
Quick Trip has a sale, $2 a pack.
Yeah, but that bacon, I don't know. I burnt that damn bacon. It was so damn bad.
It's still bacon.
I was so mad because usually I put my bacon in the oven now, like instead of frying it on the top,
I do too,
on the burner, and I put that damn bacon that I bought from Quick Trip, and the normal time I keep it in there, I went and looked, it was burnt as hell.
That's funny because I just burned some today.
So I just used them as like croutons on a salad. Tastes like burnt damn bacon, but...
But yeah, you literally could do this diet with bacon and eggs every day.
Yeah.
You could lose over 100 pounds if you did bacon and eggs every day. Oh, we have more people.
Yeah, but I mean salads, lettuce, eggs,
I'm a
cheese.
good salad.
You want the block cheese, not the shredded.
Because if you look on the back, they have sugar in it. Yep.
I mean, simple. Otherwise, you can go and look up recipes. You know, there's a lot of keto groups out there, and
I do shellless tacos a lot. That seems to be a big hit with my family. So I'll ground up hamburger, maybe some onions or whatever in there, and then I'll have cilantro, and then you just put it in a bowl and put cheese on it, and put sour cream and avocados, whatever you'd want on a taco, and you just eat it out of the bowl. You know, it doesn't have to be super expensive. It doesn't have to be grass-fed. When you get to that level, like what we're trying to do, you know, once you get to that level, it's amazing. So, Okay, so we did all that. So macros. Okay, so what macros are is there's like three key nutrients that human beings need. So it's protein, carbs, and fats.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Okay, you know how our food pyramid goes, where it's the top, the bottom, the tippy top is the least amount or whatever? For the keto diet, you just flip it over. You take the breads out, that's going to be your fat. In the middle, that's going to be your protein. At the bottom, that's going to be your veggies. But you're going to take out, like, I mean, you can still have...
They have sugar in our food pyramid. You do not need sugar.
Yeah.
You just don't. I know it sounds hard. I know it sounds like, oh, I can never give that up. I can never give that up. Try decreasing it. Go on to the ketogenic diet slowly.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah,
Like,
me, I was like,
I don't know if this is for me, but I'm trying.
yeah. So it's just, one less cookie a day, one less, one less, it's the starchy vegetables like potatoes and stuff like that anything that grows underground isn't really on it. Like I said, there is a list and I'll go on that. But so we got fats, we got protein, and then we got carbs. Now, like we said, when we're talking about...
You mean for the macros? Oh,
yeah, macros.
Never mind.
So a lot of people talk about it and they want you to be in a certain percentile. So they want you to be 70 to 85% fat. And then your proteins, they want at like 20% or something like that. And then your carbs are at like 5%. So, and again, it's not sugar carbs, it's not bread carbs, it's the dietary carbs that we're talking about from vegetables and certain meats, I think will have them. I can't remember. So, what they'll do is they'll have you go out to like my fitness pal and stuff like that, and they'll have you calculate them, and I found it very straining and meticulous. I just wanted to make sure I was doing it right. So I would write down everything that I did, and pretty much anything that I ate it hit what the macros were. I think as long as your fat content is higher than your protein, you're okay. You don't have to do macros. Even some other channels have forbidden the word completely. It's not necessary. However, if you are a person that writes everything down or needs visual like that,
I think at least starting the diet, that maybe, I mean, even just starting it, like to give you an idea of, excuse me, of like
what to eat.
Yeah, like 20 grams, milligrams.
Wait.
I don't know, I'm confused. You can see why I haven't lost that much weight.
No, that's not it. It's like percentile. It's 70 to 80% fat. And then, so yeah, it usually comes down to, it can be as simple as just monitor your carbs. Make sure that they're under 20 grams a day, I think it is. Like 20 grams a day, and you'll be fine. Don't look at your calorie count.
Yeah.
Because high fat usually has high calorie count. But like I said, she's lost almost 30
calories in the
garbage. She's lost almost 30 pounds. I've lost over 65. Or almost 65, sorry, 63. And you can't count your calories because it's gonna mess with your head, and you just eat when you're hungry and and don't eat when you're not. It's really simple as that. And you'll start to find that you're satiated a lot more, which means that you're fuller for longer, and your body, me and her both experienced it. Your body will scream for something. It'll be like, meat, I need meat, or I need vegetables, I need broccoli, I need cauliflower, I need something. Carrots don't count, and they're full of sugar, and so are peas, FYI. Not trying to tell you what you can't eat, I'm just saying, there's a lot of things that you wouldn't think were full of sugar, and there are vegetables. I will find that list for you guys, and I'll put it below, but basically, just eat until you're full.
I think I use the MyFitnessPal for macros and stuff probably 3 or 4 days. I'm not a person that likes to write stuff down like that. I just, it made me exhausted. It made me paranoid because I was like, oh my God, I'm going over my fat content, or I'm not quite meeting my protein content. You know, it just kept paranoying me and like made me start thinking about shit that you don't really need to think about. And, you know, after that, I don't know, I investigated a lot, like, you know, looked up, like how many carbs are in this kind of vegetable, or, I mean, at least, you know, as long as you're like investigating it, that's what Google's there for.
And look at the back of your products, you know.
So I just kind of threw the macro calculator out the door.
I still use my MyFitnessPal, but only to track my weight loss. Like I'll weigh like every month, and instead of writing it down somewhere, I'll just go on my MyFitnessPal and plug it in.
It's not for everybody. Even being I'm in this keto group on Facebook, and people are like, I'm new. Tell me about macros, or do I have to count my macros? And everybody's like, yeah, macros, 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 and I'm like, bullshit.
It's restricting your eating, and I think that this diet's a very freeing diet where all I have to worry about is meat and vegetables, you know, and I get my cheese and my eggs. They're like staples with this diet.
Once you get an idea, you know,
of what you like, what you like that doesn't have carbs or sugars in it is. I've always been a big meat eater, though. The other thing a lot of people will talk about is intermittent fasting. And I am actually not a snacker. I think, are you a snacker? You like to eat multiple times
Sometimes so.
Naturally, even before I started the ketogenic diet, I only ate like once a day, maybe twice a day. I would literally fill the rest of the time with Mountain Dew or coffee, but I would just eat like once a day. So what I ended up doing was, is when I was started keto, I would eat. I would only eat once a day. So, but it would be a big steak and a whole avocado and some stuff, which I couldn't finish after a while. But it was bigger amounts. Like you'll go through phases where you just consume a bunch, but you don't.
You'll find out, like, that gristle that you didn't like on that steak before, you're definitely gonna be liking that shit now.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my God, this goes down like butter.
I just want to make sure that you have all the information you need. We're not going to be, we're obviously not doctors or anything like that, but we have extensively researched it, gone on other channels, obviously. And I want this to be about our journeys. We did this first video so that we can kind of explain keto and the macros. Again, I probably won't do macros for anybody. It's just not my kind of thing. So with that, we're probably going to end the video because it's getting kind of long. But please share, subscribe, leave us comments. We're always on. We always make sure to do anything. Check out our 4 other little super short videos, and then we'll go from there. So we'll see you next week. If there's any questions or concerns, just let us know, and subscribe, please.
Yeah, leave them some comments. If you got any questions, we'll answer them. Adios. Bye-bye. Arrivederci.